Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark. If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to Season 2 of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. To all our old and new listeners, we're excited to have you here with us. ClockTower is a D&D campaign turned audio drama, played with a custom class and a few house rules that we as a group collectively enjoy. If you find yourself getting a little lost, there's always older episodes to guide you back to the path. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower. As Barrett and Jaeger stand outside the doors of the workshop, in the clean, almost reflective, carved marble halls, there's a painful silence that seems to hang around everything after everyone knows that someone was just upset, that something unfortunate has happened. As time feels like it stretches on forever, but to you, Barrett, and even to Jaeger, every moment like that, spent dwelling and thinking not only on decisions you've just made, but the decisions you've made before, feel like another drop in a bucket that keeps getting way too full. Sam and Trinket make their way through the hallways of the Athenaeum. Trinket was right. It doesn't take Chloe long before she, whoosh, arrives right next to the two of you as if nothing has ever happened, as if nothing was wrong. And as you look, you see Barrett sort of see you two coming and snap out of it, looking up to greet the two of you, or the three of you.
Oh, hey. We almost ready?
Yeah, I think so. You all right? You want me to reset?
Beats me.
What?
We have everything lined up for the office at least?
I think so.
I think we're ready to go.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to try and test to see if it shuts off our invisibility. What else were we looking for?
Trying to find the list in general.
Yeah, the list.
Yeah.
Chloe leans into Trinket and goes, "Who are these guys?" But like way too loud. Like everybody definitely just heard it and kind of like cut off the rest of the conversation even.
This is Barrett and Jaeger.
Hi, what's your name? Oh, you were in first class? Or, no, our first class,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Chloe squints at you suspiciously and goes, "Are they Sneeches?"
No.
Oh,
They're-
okay.
they're part
Hi, I'm
of-
Chloe.
They're part of the plan, actually.
Oh, okay. You're gonna do crime with us?
Yep.
Yep.
Hopefully.
She nods really excitedly at you and then like holds out her hand and like even flutters up like a couple feet off the ground and is like, "I've never done crime before, but I'm really excited."
You'll be a natural. As I go to shake her hand that's being held out.
She shakes your hand and just doesn't really stop shaking it. I was like, "So you're a child of Ares, huh? Does that mean that you're like gonna help with the crime and in doing any like battle? Or are you gonna be are you like the lookout because you're really good at observing the battlefield and that you know all the things?" Wait, no, that's more like Athena. So that would be your job. You would be more about the tactics and the wisdom. And like the entire time she's now looking at Sam, she's still shaking Barrett's hand.
Just like looking at
so
Sam
much.
as well, like, just dumbfounded.
Sam just like looks at the rest of the group, looks back. So, yeah, speaking of roles, the two of you are gonna do something else while we're doing this? Why do we all meet up in a group for this?
Oh, right, the workshop. Yeah, I
I've been
figured
shaking your hand for a really long time. I'm so sorry.
I figured you'd be done when you were ready.
That was awkward.
I've
She
seen
like
worse.
rubs her hand off on her clothes, like, and it feels like you can see her like eyes turn inward, like she's just like her pupils dilate a little bit as if she's just sitting there spiraling in an internal monologue about how she should not have done that.
I mean, to be fair, it's not that bad. Jaeger like reaches up and plucks a grape off his hat and pops it in his mouth.
Yeah, I think I may have beat you on that. I just came from the workshop and we're talking to Undell and
Yeah.
well,
Undell talked to you?
yeah, actually.
That's wild. He doesn't really like get along. He's like really closely guarded and like really quiet. Doesn't really talk to anybody or let himself get near anyone. So that must be like a really big compliment to you.
Also kind of makes sense why I'd open up to you out of everybody, but it sounds like that's a wait and see kind of thing.
How come your friend keeps making that noise?
Sorry, it was a it became a heated conversation.
How come your hat is like that? You have like a Dionysus hat, but that's not, you're like a son of Apollo, but you've got a Dionysus hat? Did you steal that? Did you
belonged to my
already do
sibling.
crime?
No, it belonged to my sibling.
She starts counting on her fingers and like trying to parse that out.
All right, we got time.
Just lets it. Jaeger doesn't say shit. He just lets it go. He's like,
Yeah, I guess I may have taken advantage of the trust of Undell, and I guess I said something that probably could have been said better.
So you did an experiment and it blew up in your face?
literally.
Multitude of times, yeah. But this one we actually got decent results from, which he got excited for, and I don't know. I guess I just got too deep with it again. Yeah, he told me to leave. So
Then it definitely seems like a come back kind of later situation. I mean,
or maybe he could use some better words from you guys. I don't know.
I could go in there and talk to him.
I don't know. I don't want him to get too overwhelmed, because I already overwhelmed him with how I speak.
This actually could be a great opportunity, because both of them seem to have a hard time making friends. So maybe this is good timing.
oh yeah, actually. You know
People
what?
just find me really annoying and grating on their like soul.
Wait, you?
Then-
No.
No.
I've met worse.
Her like nose scrunches up a little bit and then she like wipes the corner of her eye and she goes, "That was kind of you. Thank you."
You okay?
Her like eye twitches. "Yeah, I'm fine."
Then maybe
Great.
you'd be a really good person to talk to Undell, because I think he's feeling like that too right now.
I'm just
She
gonna
like
stop
looks
talking.
at the door and then looks back and looks at the door and then looks back and then goes like, "Yeah, okay, I could go."
We kind of wanted him on one of our teams, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
Then sounds like a good time for some entertainment bonding. Once we go do our thing, we can meet up back here, kind of get Undell, see how we're all feeling.
"Okay,
Okay.
don't worry, I won't let you down." She looks at Trinket and like puts 2 fingers to her forehead and kind of gives you a little salute and then kind of rabbit knocks on the door, just like and then opens it and like swoops inside and then slams the door behind her.
All right.
That kind of deals with that. So, y'all want to? I can take one person with me while I'm invisible if you want, and the other person can stand lookout, or it can just be the two of us going in.
Well, like isn't like the principal in that room that we're trying to go in?
He
Is
was
that what
last time you were there.
That's what you would call him, the principal?
Yeah, he was last time you were there.
So we might need someone to distract him. We really should have a contingency plan for if the being invisible doesn't work. Also, I think we probably can't click our pocket watches if we're in that room.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we're not in the room and you are, if clicking the pocket watch will only take us and not you guys.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I have a sec. That's gonna be a weird conversation. Like Jaeger's just staring at the door. It looks like you guys and he goes, "So I have a question. The gods seem to know who we are, anyway,
I mean, in a sense.
in a sense.
Yeah.
And if the principal works for the gods, could we not simply just walk into the principal's office and say, 'Hey, we're here for a reason. Ask the gods about us. Blah 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 blah."
it seems like they have this system here for a good reason, and we'd just be meddling. They acknowledge us, and so far they're putting up with us. That's because we haven't made any big moves yet.
That might also be a really solid plan B if the invisibility drops off. Plus, I think it's a good plan as well to see if when maybe we go into that room, you'll have the lantern light on.
Yeah,
if we can click our pocket watch.
Yeah, everything might just work normally.
I'm just hoping.
All right, well then let's go test it out and see if we can follow through.
Sure. All right.
Who knows how to get there?
I think Trinket probably knows the best, but I don't think either you or I made it there.
I can get there from the classroom, but
Oh, that's a good point.
I ran here from the classroom. So I just have to walk back to the classroom, then I can get there from the classroom.
Let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
Follow me! And Jaeger pulls out his golden arrow and just starts spinning it between his fingers.
You guys get probably along Jaeger's path back to the yard before you hear that same bell ring again. And for a moment, you guys forgot that there's like a regimented schedule. And as the bell rings, you guys are kind of like, it feels like that moment for anyone who's been in school and it's one of your first days in like a high school or something when you hear the bell ring and you don't know what class you're supposed to go to and you don't have it written down anywhere and you know that you're on like a very short time frame before you will be in trouble for not being at where you're supposed to be, but you have no idea where you're supposed to be.
Is that bell relevant to us?
Yeah, it's the bell for class. You know that. What do
I mean, do we have a free period or something?
have you gotten your syllabus? I haven't gotten a syllabus.
No.
Is it just like a pick and choose? Like, is it like free form? Just walk into whatever? Because again, we can take 2 people. I can hold invisibility for about an hour. If 2 people, that'd split us off again. But if 2 of you want to go, I can make Trinket and I invisible.
You guys see kind of a small group of people walk past you headed in the direction of the workshop.
Can I roll a history check to see if
Yep.
we can figure that out? Right, nat 20. I'll take a nat 20.
Nat 20?
Yeah.
You think about it and you go, you're supposed to have comforts of living, period, now, which is the area in this Athenaeum or the time frame in this Athenaeum where you are supposed to report to a class of your choosing for whatever hobby interests you the most so that you can learn how to have a normal time sync
Oh, shit. Okay.
and not just be incredibly disruptive as a child of the gods. Just, do a normal thing.
No, never mind. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Yeah, today it's our free period. We have to go to just find a elective.
No.
Then maybe we can walk by the principal's office on the way to
let's
one.
just pass it on
maybe?
the way.
Is there a crime elective?
Well, there is a shooting range.
Yeah, I'm
elective.
pretty sure that's called the archery range. Or philosophy. Let's go.
What room's closest to the principal's office?
A lot of the rooms around the principal's office that you remember seeing like signs for were like staff rooms and like offices for teachers and things like that. You remember seeing a like terrace garden.
The garden. It's in the opposite direction. Do you remember when I got into that fight with that guy? Like a
Oh,
few
yeah.
minutes back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the garden is past the principal's office.
Okay, then we can say we're just heading there and we just stop by the principal's office on the way. That
Yeah.
might be.
To pay our respects to our overlord, per se.
Or to drop off 2 invisible people.
Yeah.
You know that other available electives are arts and crafts, reading, target shooting, learning how to farm, learning how to maintain the terrace garden, which are different things. The making things in the workshop, acting and poetry classes, and the games of skill and chance.
Yeah, so we just have to go this way and then continue down this hall and then we pass the principal's office and then like down that hall over there should be the entrance outside that leads to the terrace gardens.
Okay.
Then lead on.
All right. And Jaeger doesn't like jog, but he speed walks.
At what pace are you setting to like
It's like a
go?
speed walk. It's like a we got to get somewhere, but like I know where I'm going, but I made a few wrong turns back in the past, and now I know where I'm going exactly.
Okay. You guys get pretty close to the principal's office when you hear the second bell to be like, you better be where you're supposed to be ring. And then you're like, it's really loud because the bell's like higher up, and you see the door to the principal's office in front of you. And you can see the light spilling out that makes all of you feel all kinds of bad. Like everybody kind of a different kind of bad too. Because like Barrett and Jaeger think of Teddy and the farmhouse. Whereas like, I feel like if you agree with me, Cal, that Sam probably thinks more of when Rock died than that farmhouse. And likewise, Trinket probably doesn't think about Rock dying or the farmhouse, but being in that cell forever and ever and ever and ever. So it's like you guys all see that light and like different levels of trauma just hits you all at once spilling out of that doorway. And then you see these shadows cast on the floor of somebody in that room that is getting in the way of the light occasionally.
Wait, I have an idea.
Oh, yeah.
What if we pretend we don't know where we're supposed to go and we go talk to the principal and that's how we get in the room?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. We can all go in.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
none of us know, quote unquote. So
Are we still should I still be invisible for this?
I think so.
Okay.
So you do that first, but stand.
Behind
Maybe
us.
both of us should do it because I think the light will make it so you can do it.
Okay.
My lantern.
All right. So both of us invisible.
Yes. And
All right.
then you two create a distraction just in case this doesn't work.
So we'll talk to the principal as if we don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
Also, wait,
Got
didn't you break the thing?
No, that was a couple of clicks ago.
Okay. Could you say the thing was broken, maybe?
Sure.
There you go.
The Oracle machine, by the way.
All right. Stand still. And Sam like lifts their weird little like knotted wand thing, and they wave it in the air, and just like you're lowering the opacity. Both Sam and Trinket just go.
Sam and Trinket. So here's the thing. As you cast Invisibility on yourself and on Trinket, it almost immediately smolders off of Trinket. As if it like, you're like, invisible, and then somebody took the opacity setter and went, no, and put it all the way back up.
Oh.
And for like a moment, Sam, you with your like keen eye for things that are magical, see the same like sort of aura color of Olm's light surrounding Trinket personally while the lamp is on Trinket's belt. It's not bright when it's on Trinket's belt. Like when you lift it up, it creates an area around you, but when you have it on your belt, Sam just kind of sees a like faint glow go over you, and then the invisibility is like, no.
Oh. That's
Well.
Now Sam is still invisible. It did not delete the spell. It just didn't work on Trinket.
bizarre. Well, I think here, Sam's gonna like just take one step, like put their foot into the gross light. Does my invisibility turn off?
Nice.
All right. So I know you can't see.
However, you put one foot in that fucking gross light and you feel your pocket watch freeze. Like it slows down and freezes, and it feels like death has put their hand on the back of your neck.
So, all right, I know you can't. I know you can't see me, but the gross light. Okay, no. Gross light doesn't turn off my spells. Just everything else.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, yeah, have fun. Step in. I guess I'll go.
Yeah, let's go talk to the principal.
Are you guys stepping into the office, the three of you?
Yeah.
And Sam, you're stepping in invisible as well?
I'm stepping in behind, and I'm grabbing onto the back of Barrett's like little toga area. Just like, no, I'm there.
Okay. Barrett and Jaeger, you feel that like gut-wrenching, stomach-churning, heart-dropping feeling of like death breathing down your neck as you step into the light and you feel your pocket watches basically turn off. Trinket, you step in. Nah, there's just nothing. You feel lamp like kind of get a little warm, and you feel like it feels to you like you're pleasantly under the like you know when you step on like a perfect day of sunlight and you're just like, radiant, nice, what a nice day. You stepped in, that's what you like. You just feel that.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to use this thing. I think I'll make a note for later in my in my mind.
Because it's not affecting you,
And
the same way that the invisibility didn't affect you.
I feel like I could utilize this better.
And as you guys step in, you see that there is a person like organizing a ton of slates on a big shelf behind them. They look pretty normal, pretty old, kind of a grizzled, like they've got a couple scars that make you think they might have been some sort of like warrior once upon a time. And they have like a clean shaven beard, similar to like what somebody who like grows facial hair way too fast, but like does their best to really keep it in check does. And they're not wearing quite a normal toga. They've got kind of like almost Roman armor, which feels kind of out of place for this setting and time. And they've got a lot of regalia on it. And they don't even turn to see you come in. They just kind of say over their shoulder, "Oh, are you done having your conversation?"
Yeah, we're here to talk to you.
Yes, I gathered that. What would the four of you like?
We just wanted to say that the Oracle machine in the workshop seems to be malfunctioning.
It is not.
Well, it was acting very erratically for what we were trying to surmise.
Ah, I see. The Oracle machine was acting up again. And you are?
My name's Barrett.
Of?
Ares. Son of Ares.
Are you? They like turn around and finally look at you, at which you see their like eyes are completely white. They're blind. But they're like, he's looking right at you, Barrett, like through you.
As I like try to make an audible like ting ting on my Ares medallion on my toga.
You can tap your medallion all you please. It won't make you any more a son of Ares than me. Where have you come from, though? The gods have warned me of your coming, but they've not told me who or what you are. But I know you're no students of mine as you step here.
Oh, so it's my plan time. All right, good. Hello, sir. My friends and I here, we have a bit of a mission to do here in your school. We'll try to get out of your hair as soon as possible. We don't mean to be a bother, anything like that.
And under whose authority are you sent on this mission?
Well, let's see. So, you know how there are layers to, like, authority, kind of?
He smiles as if, like, he's so amused by this. And he goes, "Oh, do go on."
It's an interesting prospect because it's kind of like, it's like a, sort of an adjacent side district to your gods. We're just here to do our job and then leave and get out of your hair.
The Blue Owl.
Athena's owl.
Yeah.
You see, I would believe you if it were not for Athena's pet being the one to message me personally.
Yeah, they do
and
that.
tell me of your coming.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, they do that.
Wait, did they go under the name Lucy?
What?
No, never mind. Forget it.
The Owl of Athena is the one who all those years ago delivered Prometheus's flame to us.
Of course they did.
And our school has thrived as a way of maintaining order and balance and a sort of civilized nature to the rest of the world by providing a means of re-educating misbehaving demigods. And should they not exceed expectations, then we have found a way to send them to Hades, just like all other souls who do not meet expectations.
You got a real interesting term for recycling.
Yes.
I thought you might feel that way. I was told something of your coming in that all of you are here to do wrong by this school, but believe vehemently that you are in the right.
Not to my knowledge. Do you think? No. We haven't figured out what we're here for yet, really, honestly.
I mean, we kind of don't have a choice.
Yeah, it's kind of something we have to do.
So you're saying I've been misled?
Something here doesn't belong, and we are here to correct that.
And we can't leave because we don't belong until we figure out what here doesn't belong.
You may monitor this realm, but we monitor all realms.
Ah, I see. And under whose jurisdiction do you monitor such worlds?
Order.
Order. Just order. All order.
As in, no, like, order. Like, Zeus does lightning, our boss does order. Like, all of it.
If we let your realm go unchecked, it could greatly affect the condition of all other realms.
I
Also,
see. They'll just keep sending more of us.
Yeah.
We are kind of an unstoppable force, but we don't really necessarily like to
Someone said
see it that
once-
way.
Yeah,
That
we're
is-
inevitable. Yeah.
incredibly interesting. Your arrogance rivals that of the children of Zeus. And your confidence is indeed on par with those who are the children of Ares. I have been told that you are indeed very stoppable.
We are not our order. We have unlimited resources to send your way. We will barrage you with diplomacy for all eternity if need be.
And yet we have been maintaining and operating this Athenaeum for many mortal lifetimes and will continue to operate afterwards. And you have only just arrived, and you think that your coming heralds change?
No, not really. We just need to fix one thing. Literally one thing. We're not trying to get in your way.
And what is that one thing?
So, and Jaeger kind of like doesn't cross his arms, but he like kind of like puts a hand up, almost like in a very like Socrates style way. Just part of our job is that we have to figure out what that problem is.
see.
Normally, it's just something involving either, say, a creature that is able to affect multiple worlds that originates in one, or it could be, say, an item that shouldn't be here that we might just need to collect. No big deal. It's that like that. But generally, it's just we have to just figure out what it is first, and then we can go from there. That's all.
We're not exactly, otherworldly, omnipotent warlords. We're kind of custodians at the moment.
Yes. We simply to clean up one small thing and then leave.
So, allow me to summarize. You have come to my school without permission from anyone on this realm, under the jurisdiction of a being of supreme order, in which you are here to correct something about my facilities, but you don't know what that is.
One thing.
We're kind of like a intergodly health inspectors.
I see. Now, would you mind if I took a moment to explain to you what I have been told of your comings and goings-ons?
Please do.
Sure.
I have been told that you are a group of reckless individuals who think that you are operating in the right, or more accurately, to say that you think that you are serving some sort of higher purpose. Maybe I misunderstood that to mean that you're doing good, but if you're operating under the jurisdiction of a being of supreme order, maybe you are just trying to order things. Regardless, I have been told that your intentions, while maybe clear to you, they are harmful to us, and that in so doing, in so completing whatever your mission is, you will bring great ruin and catastrophic events to my school. So much so that I was told by the Owl of Athena, a being of unflawed strategy, a messenger sent from my gods who put me in a position of power in this school in the first place and have given me a life long past those of normal mortals, that I should just dispose of you as though you were the worst kind of criminals immediately upon meeting you. Now, as you can see, I've not done that. I've given you the chance to explain yourself. However, in my estimation, your recounting of your efforts here, of your intentions here, is far too close to the account of you that was given to me. And therefore, I do not have a good reason to not find you guilty and execute accordingly.
Well, would you prefer that we go talk to the Owl of Athena right now?
We could just go ask.
We have before. We
Yeah.
did when we got here.
It's right inside the temple. We just go ask.
So now, in your list of things that you're able to do and will do, you're just going to summon a messenger of the gods.
Yes.
Yeah. Jaeger, pull out the bullet.
Oh, which one?
The one you got from Apollo.
Oh, this one? And pulls out the golden arrow.
You should not have that.
He gave it to me.
Students are not allowed to have items of the gods
We're not
like
students.
He gave it to me. We're not a student.
that. You do make a good point. However,
Argue with the gods?
again, you can see how all of this behavior and all of these rash actions and declarations do in fact make you seem exactly as you were described.
But we have.
Don't point that at me.
Oh, sorry. But Jaeger points it to the side. We do have essentially a passport that says we are allowed to be here.
Well, no, they just say that we were able to have contact with them. Would you like us to try and prove our innocence to you?
Jaeger, when you look to the side, roll perception check.
I think. I'm trying to do it. 10.
You notice to the right of this room, there is a really big curtain that seems to be on some sort of string. And as if the curtain itself is being held up by a thin string intricately sort of woven across a pole. And then you look directly across from the curtain and you realize that there's kind of a rather nice ornate mirror. And behind his desk, in between a lot of the shelves of slates that I'd previously described, is another mirror that's sort of angled so that you're looking at it no matter how you're doing it. And when you look up at the ceiling is polished to a mirror finish up at the top of it. And as you are tracing at that curtain and you're tracing that line, it seems to disappear and you're not sure where it goes.
Is there a fire in the room, should I ask? Or is it just reflecting off the mirrors?
There is a fire. There's a brazier underneath. The back wall is a bunch of shelves of slates, a brazier with the bad light in it, and a big ornate mirror over that.
Got it.
And then there's a big, an even bigger mirror to your left, the curtain to your right, and a polished mirror finish ceiling.
Well, while it's happening, I nudge Barrett and kind of motion toward the mirrors, weird. But
It's well, I mean, again, do you want us to we can go and show our innocence? I mean, we're just trying to inform you. We could have just gone behind your back on this, but we wanted to at least inform you of what we were doing.
I see.
it seemed like we were being polite.
Well, I would at least ask you to understand that this is also me trying to be polite. I am an academic. I do value the testimony of those who come to my Athenaeum.
I'd say I'm hold up an invisible finger. Can you see me?
I see with eyes beyond mortal sight.
Okay, so you can see my. Okay. Would you like? We can come back. I can give you something from not in your realm. We can show.
I believe that you're not from here.
All right.
I'm not, I don't doubt anything that you have said to be true, or at least true to you. What I am finding in contention is whether or not what your mission will result in for you, if it is good or bad for me and my institution.
So the Owl of Athena is a supreme strategist, correct?
Yes.
The strategist's main enemy is variables. We ourselves are variables, so that is understandable conclusion. But our job is to remove variables from your equation that will make everybody's equation completely destroyed. If there's a simple, clear, concise way, we would love to show you. It's just a matter of believing it or not.
We could even, once we find the thing we're looking for, we could even, once we have it, show it to you, and then you can decide.
And I will admit, other agents like ourselves have different means of proceeding with their missions.
They're not very.
Our mission is to make the littlest splash as possible, get in, get out, remove whatever variable doesn't belong in your guys' equation, and leave you guys be with how you are. We don't want to change anything here other than what doesn't belong.
So you're not here to steal the fire of Prometheus from the school?
We don't even know
Not sure yet.
what the variable is yet.
Trinket, how do you react to that statement?
Well, all right, I'm just going to be honest, because you can see right through us, obviously. Obviously. The owl is also not of your realm, and he shouldn't have given you that light. And it's not what you think it is.
It's true.
It is common that each and every world has their own avatar of our boss, basically. So they could be two completely different people living in the same body, and when we arrive...
If the Owl of Athena is your superior, why would they set you up for execution from me?
He's more like an unwilling participant in this entire thing, from what I understand.
A mirror, really.
Yeah.
There's our boss, and the owl is also.
You know how sometimes, like oracles will get like forced visions that they may not want? The Owl of Athena across all realms is forced to have these visions constantly. They're forced to see every version of what we do across all worlds at all times, and they get kind of annoyed about it.
I see. So you're saying that the messenger of the gods, who warned me about your coming,
Yes.
is biased to you and your kind because they are annoyed.
Yes.
Yes.
They
Very
see
much so.
all possible outcomes, the worst and the best. And there are a lot of bad outcomes, and not a lot of great ones.
I see. Okay. Well, do you have anything else to say for yourselves?
How can we help?
I would say by leaving. But
We would love to.
I think that if you are able to leave, if you are allowed to go, you will come back. And if the information I've been given is correct, if I allow you to go, I won't know that you ever were here or that this conversation ever took place. And therefore, I can't allow you to leave. Because if I allow you to leave and this conversation were not to have taken place, I don't know that you would not be able to come in here and steal the fire of Prometheus and thus disrupt the entire processes of our school. Because it is necessary to how this school functions that we have such a gift from the gods that is making it possible for us to properly discipline the badly behaved children of the gods who are sent here for me to watch over.
Didn't that one child of Hermes girl only talk a lot?
You are speaking of Chloe,
Sweet girl.
daughter of Hermes?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You just seemed like you were very adamant about this, and I just wanted to ask your side of the story.
Well, she disrupted many of the local mortals on a rather daily basis with her rather loud and constant kindness. And so she was sent here. And if she does, in fact, prove herself to be worthy of the gods' forgiveness, then she'll survive her finals. And then she will be given the choice to leave.
But how could she get the god's forgiveness if the gods can't reach her because of the light?
Yes, well, she'll have to do it on her own. Just like all of you will have to get over your own trial on your own. The doors behind you guys close.
Got it.
I'm gonna lift up my lantern. And I'm gonna look at everyone as I do this and
As
see if their
soon-
expressions change in any way.
Jaeger's scratching his head, and he looks at you and goes, testing something anyway.
As soon as you lift up the lantern trinket, all three of you feel that warm light of a pleasant sunny morning wash over you, and the sickly feeling of the bad light just completely go away. You guys hear your pocket watches tick up back to speed after being frozen, And at the same time Trinket does that, he snaps his finger and a string is pulled and that curtain drops and you guys see a huge humanoid head with snakes dangling down from it, dismembered from any sort of body, eyes like sewn open to the back of its head. And that image is reflected all over this room.
So, I was actually gonna do a thing, but that's really good. Shit. I was just scratching my head. I was gonna actually reach back, flip my gun, and then shoot the mirror on my left right here. But it wouldn't really do anything because we saw it.
They're metal mirrors.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, they're polished.
They're
Got
polished
it.
metal. But that
Damn.
the image is reflected all around. So now you guys can either make I think probably a dexterity save to see if you're fast enough to look away, to close your eyes, or you can make a perception check. And if you fail your perception check, you don't see it.
Interesting. So yeah, you
Ellie.
want to not look.
Ellie, wait, pause. Ellie, we have a mutable form.
Which I am only now realizing, as I'm saying this, that it would have worked perfectly if you guys were still under the effects of that light, because it would have made you vulnerable and have none of your clock tower powers. If you look, you are paralyzed, but you won't turn to stone because of Trinket's light. So now, dexterity saves or perception checks. State which one you're doing.
Dexterity
No,
save.
would this be an area of effect attack because it's hitting the whole room?
Yeah. I mean,
No.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Dex save. Going for clicking the watch. Let's go.
I'm gonna roll under on my
Got
perception.
16
Okay.
for
I'm gonna
dexterity.
go for perception under. That is a 7.
Okay. 7 under for Cal, 16 over for Trinket,
Unnatural 20.
unnatural 20 on the reflex save, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the dex save. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for perception as well.
Okay, roll it.
Roll bad. Roll bad.
5 plus 1, 6 total.
Okay. So,
Oh.
he drops that curtain, and all of you avert your gaze away from all the mirrors. You guys basically all look at the floor, like, nope, blinders on, not looking at that.
I could also just be looking at the lantern too.
As that happens, we now have to roll initiative because he pulls out a sword.
That's a 6.
He got 22.
I mean, one of us just needs to click our pocket watch.
Yep.
6.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
24.
24.
Yes.
Kill him.
Okay. Jaeger goes first. He's drawing his sword and he's gonna jump over his desk and basically do that sort of diving tackle where you've tucked your sword into the sort of pocket of your body and you land on somebody with it.
All you hear is, you made a mistake, old man. Click.
All right, Jaeger clicks his pocket watch, and you guys see that as you hear the distant chiming of the clock tower, and you see the world sort of pulling away from you like a watercolor painting sort of stretching out, you see at the edges of that, there is that blue light, which is trying to, it feels like it's got tendrils leeching onto it, and you're getting ripped away from it, and you can see those strange tendrils that were trying to hold you there are getting burned away by the yellow light of Ulm as you guys are, boom, back in the clock tower on the couch.
Well, we tried to be nice.
That
We made
is
the attempt.
true. So I have a question. Do you think? It'd be pretty rude to just go in and do this, but we've already proven that we talked. But if we start the conversation, I can just cast hold person on him.
Yeah, I'll just put a bullet in his head. We'll end it right there.
I was just gonna say we paralyze him for a minute and then we can decide. But I mean,
Sam, I'm sorry. You're right. I reverted back to my old self for a bit there, and
no,
that
it's
was
okay.
my
Sometimes we need really big solutions, and sometimes we need soft solutions. So we can try my way first.
Okay. He seems very adamant about killing the kids, though, and that seems kind of wrong to me, personally.
Yeah, I think an all-seeing being would also be able to tell if someone's adjusted the list.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not really all-seeing. He just sees differently.
Well,
I think that's enough for me
considering
to say.
if he can read without being able to see, and he knew that we weren't of this plane.
That's because he was told. That's different.
Yeah.
But just because you were told something doesn't mean that you just know.
He also stated that he heard you guys talking outside of his office for the 2 minutes that you discussed your entire plan before you went in?
I don't know. We might actually have to do the final in a normal way.
Nah.
And
We just want to talk
it's-
outside the office. He said we could hear us. So
But should we? So do you think we should destroy the light before finals?
how do we destroy it is the question.
If it's something that we're supposed to take away, we're usually just supposed to touch it.
I don't really want to touch it.
Last time I literally I hit it with my axe a bunch of times.
Okay, so
I destroyed what it was encased in.
Oh, destroy
Right.
the brazier. Yeah. I wonder if I shoot the eyes of that big head, do you think it would still be able to freeze you guys?
I was wondering if I just cast an illusion, because then we can't see it.
I think you'd be able to tell if
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
an
I'll know.
illusion.
No, I'm not saying on him. I'm saying we cast an illusion on the
big
weird
head.
Gorgon head. Then we literally can't see it.
If you can't see it, it doesn't work.
I don't really think it sees anything. I think its eyes just do something.
No,
It's
I think it's us
disembodied,
seeing it.
wasn't it? It was like decapitated.
It's very dead, but I think it's us seeing it that causes you guys not to be able to move.
Because
Yeah, Sam's saying if he puts up an illusion, it makes it so you can't see the Gorgon head.
but I don't know how that'll work with reflections with the mirrors.
Oh,
I don't know how light
do
works through my
mirrors
illusions.
do mirrors reflect illusions?
That would make
If
sense
they're
if they did.
if they're most powerful enough.
I've
illusion,
never heard that talked about.
like it's into physics, but
Yeah.
Also, Sam digs into the robe and pulls out the Athena slate they got for talking to Athena. I don't know what this does.
What is it?
I got it from talking to Athena. Well, talking, quote unquote. I just put a thing.
So it's like my arrow. Gotcha.
Yeah, but
So we have two things saying that, hey, we're supposed to be here, and this motherfucker still tries to kill us. All right.
There's
fine.
something written on the slate.
What?
I'm not breaking up a piece of paper for yes or no. I'm sorry. And Sam looked at it.
It's not. It's in a language that you don't know.
Also, maybe a book on translating ancient Greek.
But you know there was nothing on that slate before.
I'm gonna just set this on the table real quick.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Don't I have a tablet that I can just fucking...
You could go look up the ancient Greek, but you also know that when you're in the world, you'll probably be able to read it.
Yeah.
But since you're not on the world right now, you can't read that language.
Now you guys see how I felt.
I'm also worried that these gods experience time differently, and I wonder if we get back that this will...
So the gods are good. It's just him who's talking to the owl. It's the issue.
The gods condone this and actively send their children here, so...
I mean, yeah, but they also send us gifts, so...
Also, why would an owl put that version of their flame on this world? Right? That's the only way I know how we make that flame. It's you had to
Kill ClockTower agents?
yeah, and torture it out of the owl how to make it. But if they can just
No, they can just make it.
well, yeah, but it's different than Lucy's flame.
Oh, yeah, I know. But I'm saying... So the reason I think they use that one is because it uses either us or, I guess, demigod kids as fuel.
Apparently.
I don't know why you wouldn't just use Lucy's friend for that, but...
Maybe because the gods don't experience time the same way. So when you guys were talking, when somebody was talking to one of to the owl, the gods were still alive and awake and conversating with me in the meantime. So who's to say if anybody wants to go talk to our owl through their owl isn't completely conscious of the conversation. And they can totally exploit everything they may have just talked about, especially
Infinitely,
and probably why they have such a bad view on us.
Also, side note, I made sure I didn't mention the world-destroying missions.
Yeah.
That-
Probably for the rest, yeah.
So, I mean, the plan is to, we go in there again. We don't talk about it ahead of time because we're talking about it here. We just walk in and I cast Hold Person. Or, we walk in.
Or we walk in and act
we
like
walk in,
students.
you please hold up your light. You please hold up the lantern. Then I either cast Hold Person or I cast Silent Image onto to the right of us on that thing, make a big old stone wall. And we can fight them from there. I just can't focus on the illusion and Hold Person at the same time.
I'll say this whole person and he can't pull the lever to open the curtains.
Yeah.
And hopefully he doesn't take advantage of our lantern, because, if I were him, the first thing I'd want to do is get rid of that thing.
True.
So not only we have to use it, but we have to protect it. He was willing to talk. He was willing to understand. I don't think we reached the right conclusion. I'd rather us not
Go in, just full force.
go in guns blazing. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
But maybe we have to talk to somebody else before talking to him.
Okay.
Sure.
As you guys try to figure out if there are other roads to completing your mission. Hey, it's me, Ellie again. It's another week and another episode, and I had the absolute pleasure of talking to some listeners about the show this weekend. And I just want to say, again, thank you to them and everyone else, and you who's listening, for enjoying the show, for helping motivate me to keep working hard on it, and for just being here. I'll say that after the talks that I've had, I'm very excited for everybody to get to hear the rest of Season 2 and for us to get to record it. But for now, we have to go on to credits. If you would like to work with us, contact us through our website, ClockTowerAgent.com. If you want to learn more about the art behind ClockTower, go to youtube.com/@ClockTower Art and Animation. Barrett was played by Bink. Sam was played by Cal. Trinket was played by Kball. And Jaeger was played by Trent. I, Ellinthris, was your DM, and the voice of our disclaimer was Valik Donahew. You can check out all of his work at patreon.com/TheMadLaneDreamer. All music from Season 1 of ClockTower and some additional songs for Season 2 made by Who's Music. If you want D&D music, you can have them make it for you. Contact them through their website, whosisthis.com, or find it in the description below. Thanks, Who's. Additional music and effects provided by Andrew Smith and Cal. Thank you to our editing team and Cal for making the episodes what they are. Thank you to our sponsor, Alpha Lupine Images, for donating the equipment to help us make more content with better quality. You can take the ClockTower test on our website, and it was programmed by Mike LeMay. Check out more of his work at thinklikemike.com. Thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon, and thank you again for listening. ClockTower Season 2, Episode 55, will be out for all of our early episode patrons on May 9th, and will release publicly on May 16th. Till then, time's ticking. See you in the ClockTower.